Okay, so if you're seeing this right now, Mr. Stapleton, this means that the video actually did go through Gmail and it wasn't buggy at all. And also, the reason why I decided to do a video update this time is because I feel like you would get insanely tired of just long emails the entire time. So, a more entertaining version, video updates, which is probably what I'll be doing now if it takes me like 3 or 4 months to update you again. So, what has happened ever since the last time I updated you in September? Well, a lot really. A lot involving clubs, grades, in the academic section, and I guess career wise too, now that November's coming up. And oh, yeah, also personal stuff. So, I'll be updating you on 4 of those categories pretty much. So, starting off academically, I've gotten used to the rhythm of university. And calculus, right? Remember how I told you about that math placement test? Yeah, so for a while I ended up having a B in that class, but I got it up to an A, especially before midterms as well, which I've already done, by the way, as well. But I have an A in that class currently, and that's because I, adjusted my study methods and actually started, solving practice problems quite a bit in that class. And overall in my other classes, it's been pretty smooth so far. I have a class called Tech Report Writing, which is just writing concisely, something that I tried learning under you. And then chemistry has been going pretty well, especially since my teacher is pretty laid back and chill. And on my midterm, she curbed everyone's grades because everyone did horrifically on it, especially me. So there's that. I have a class called Music Appreciation too, which is pretty easy. It's just, looking at slideshows and history of music and listening to it and describing it. Engineering 101 is another one of my classes where I'm the lead designer for an EOD robot. And we actually have the design finalized now. It's just working on the code. And then I have a class called College Success as well, which is basically just getting me used to college life. And next week, actually, or in a few days, on Wednesday, this upcoming Wednesday, I actually have to register for my upcoming classes next semester. So that's going to be a fun experience, isn't it? So in summary, academically, the only hard part about that was just getting used to the rhythm of university, especially since I've compared what I'm on or what I'm learning currently to what, let's say, for example, Justin and Sophia are currently learning. And well, Sophia's at university as well, but Justin, since he went to community college, I compared what I was currently doing to what he was currently doing, and I'm way ahead of him, which ultimately means that the pace at university is insanely fast compared to community college or even high school for that matter. So yeah, that sums up academics. Clubs. I have joined clubs. I'm not a hermit that just lives in my dorm and doesn't touch grass. Currently, I'm part of the Rocket Development Lab, and I'm in a little subsection called Hobby Rocketry, which I still haven't really done much for because that club is basically just building a rocket out of a certain kit, which hasn't been delivered yet. So currently, my involvement in RDL has been minimal. I've joined a club called Music Club, where I'm the vibraphone player for both their jazz combo and their jazz band. And we already had our first concert, actually. It was a thing called Open Arts Night, and I played the vibraphone for both the jazz combo and the jazz band. And it was overall a fun night, really. Another thing, I got hired as a newspaper correspondent, or just a newspaper writer in general, for my university's newspaper, and currently I'm in the process of getting through the security training and just overall training for that. I'm checking my email now, and I mentioned that I was going to do a club called Parsec, and I did try going for that, but the thing is, though, they rejected me because of how competitive they were. But I did make it to the final stages. The reason why I didn't get accepted is because they had me write a proposal, a technical proposal actually, and it was good. their feedback overall just said that like I showed a lot of passion. The only issue was though that I didn't really go into much detail on the more technical side of things, so that's why they rejected me. But that didn't stop me from joining, the Rocket Development Lab or becoming a newspaper correspondent. So overall, clubs have been pretty well, and they haven't really taken a lot of time out of my academics. So outside of university, I have gone back home like a couple other times now, and for Thanksgiving break, I'll actually be going back home again. And I remember I mentioned, well, I have it right here actually, that being back in AJ felt strange, and yeah, that feeling never really went away. Actually, it only just felt way weirder. But I've actually been able to see why, and it's not just because the place is tied to my ex. It's because the way I've been phrasing it lately. There's not really much for me to grow in AJ anymore, but up here in Prescott, there is. And so every time I go back down to AJ, I just feel like a big fish in a tiny bowl. But in Prescott, I feel like a tiny fish in an ocean. Like, I feel like a ghost in AJ, pretty much. It's a weird feeling of placelessness, and I think it's only gotten weirder now because I've actually started to consider Prescott my home now, especially since, I've gone downtown multiple times, and, I kind of know my way around the city a bit now, which, honestly, for the first couple of months, I'd say it's pretty good. Yeah, obviously, I'm still in contact with my friends, I'm still in contact with Justin and Sophia, and I call them every single time I'm taking a late night walk, which, funny enough, I've been using that quite a bit to just reflect on myself and what I've been doing here. I'm kind of using it like my own little coping mechanism now, which I'd say is a pretty healthy thing to do, honestly, especially when I'm 2 hours away from home. I've also been staying in contact with my parents too, don't worry, and I've updated them on almost everything I've been doing up here. I say almost everything because I don't think they know about the fact that like I'm in a club called Rocket Development Lab, so I'll have to tell them that sooner or later. But yeah, I still miss my friends though, despite the fact that, going into AJ still feels weird. And every single time I go into AJ, the first thing I do is like, set up plans with my friends to go and hang out with them, and to see them again. So despite the fact that I feel like my home is in Prescott now, I mean, I still have people to see back in AJ, and I guess that makes me feel really special in a way because, both Justin and Sophia have told me that they both really miss me, But it's gotten to a point now where I actually kind of don't want to go back to AJ, and it's for the same reasons I told you earlier, because I don't feel like there's any room for me to grow anymore in AJ. Like, I've done everything I could have possibly done back there, and my new chapter's up here, which means that there's more things for me to do, more room for me to grow. During fall break, I actually saw my ex again because I went to one of the high school's marching band competitions. I did that mostly because I wanted to see Sophia again before I went back up to Prescott again, and also to say hi to some of the underclassmen, to say hi to people like Luke and Corbin. My ex was there, obviously, because she's in marching band as well. But here's the thing that I mostly did there, and it was basically just take advantage of what would have been an emotionally distressful situation by doing calculus over there, because I knew how emotionally distressful the area would have been for me. So I figured, hey, I might as well just use that situation to build more focus for me while I'm doing calculus. And so that's what I did. Every single time I would sit down, right, I would pull out a sheet of scratch paper and I'd start telling ChatGPT to generate practice problems for me on the stuff I was currently doing in calculus. By sheer luck, too, I ended up talking to a recruiter that was at the competition. He was a recruiter for some aviation companies, but he was mostly there as a security guy, right? But he used to be one of those people. And I talked to him about that, asked him for advice on internships. and what he told me was actually pretty valuable. He told me that, like, hey, start applying for internships in October, right? Apply to as many as you can, because what most companies do is that they have like a whole system, right? Their application process is open in October, then they choose who to interview in November. That way they can have the position filled by December. So by sheer luck, that ended up happening, and I was actually really happy that I got to go to the competition, because then I wouldn't have had the chance to, further expand my knowledge on how this whole process goes. But yeah, things with my ex, well, I wouldn't say they're awkward now, because I mean, how can it be awkward with someone that doesn't even approach you, right? I didn't even approach her either, because I didn't want to be approached. So how can it be awkward then if, for example, me, I don't even look at her anymore. But yeah, I mean, I feel completely indifferent now to whatever she does, thankfully. So, I guess you can say I've moved on, despite the fact that, there are days where I still think about it because it was my first relationship. But I mean, that's normal, really. Roommate situation, well, it's gone fine, really. Like, I mostly talk to my roommate named Cosmo because I've known him longer. Aiden, he's doing his own thing because he's a pilot. But so far, that situation hasn't changed at all. It's been pretty chill so far. I also have made more friends here at Embry-Riddle, and that's largely due to the fact that we have shared struggles as engineering majors. So I have a friend named D'Angelo, and he's working on the same kind of project I'm doing for my Engineering 101 class, except he's in a different section. And he's struggling with calculus, and he actually wanted me to tutor him last week, and so I ended up doing that for him, and I guess I did pretty well, since he told me that I was a massive help, and he actually kind of understands the material now. Okay, so on to the internship side of things. The thing I mentioned previously when I was at the band competition. So far that's actually been going great. I've applied to over 20 companies, and so far I have word from 3 companies pretty much. And I have word from a company called Canyon Aero Connect, which is located here in Prescott. It's actually right by the airport that's close by to Embry-Riddle. And I've applied to Able Aerospace as well, and right now the application status on that says our hiring team is reviewing. And the thing that I found out today, the day I recorded this video, I submitted an application for Boeing, and my application status on there says that it's under consideration. So it's not bad for a first semester engineering student, I think. With Canyon Aero Connect, by the way, I received an email from them yesterday, actually, that they like what they see from me, and they actually want to schedule an on-site interview with me. So now I'm in talks with them for an interview that will hopefully come by this upcoming Thursday, because that's my least busiest day of the week. So there's a high chance I get accepted there, especially since they've been reaching out quickly, to say the least. And if I do get it, then damn, I'll be so proud of myself. If I don't, oh well, it's whatever. But either way, though, I'm still considering other jobs located closer to home as well, because my parents both want me close to home, and that's why they want me to apply to a lot of positions that are in the Phoenix, Gilbert, Mesa area, because then the drive won't be that long, and since they're going to be full-time engineering internship positions, then it won't be that hard for me as well. That's why I'm going to say this right now. Canyon Aero Connect is not exactly a priority. My main priority is mostly Able, or other companies like Boeing, or companies that are around that area, right? Because, my parents want me home for the summer. I want to be home for the summer as well. My friends want me home for the summer as well. But my mindset right now is this: if I can't find an opportunity anywhere else, and I do find opportunities that are farther away from home, then I'm going to have to take those opportunities, because they're steps forward in my career. I mean, how many engineering freshmen can get to say that they'll have 2 internships under their resume. You know, not a lot, which is why I'm just taking whatever opportunity I can get. And if I can get opportunities that more closely relate to what I want to be doing over the summer, then I'll gladly take those. But if not, I'll just take whatever I can get, really. So yeah, that's pretty much an overall update on how my life has gone so far. I've done relatively well on the academic side of things, thankfully, relatively well on the internship side of things, again, thankfully. And so far, I've just been trying my best to get out of my shell and trying to grow from this college experience that I'm currently going through. With going back home, well, that thing is never really going to change. I feel like it only gets harder from here. So I'm looking forward to feeling weirded out again by the time Thanksgiving break rolls around, and by the time winter break rolls around after I do my finals. So that's going to be an experience to tell. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll try and update you as soon as I can.